Should I do it again? I forgot
Did
what
you
it was
forget?
called.
That's fine. Hey, this is Cassidy.
And Maggie, and thanks for tuning in to Butt Dialed.
The podcast where we talk about all the things you thought you said while no one was listening. We do have 3 versions of the show. Today you're going to be getting Q&A. That's going to have some questions that we go in and answer and give you our thoughts and opinions on. We also have currently 386. That is all things going on in the community, and we'll also bring in some guests to interview. So if you know anybody who you think would be fun to interview, feel free, drop their name in the comments or send us an email. And our last version is going to be Keeping It Real. Now, Keeping It Real is 5 to 10 minutes of mental health talk conversation. It is things that, you know, your mom should probably tell you, but she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, things like that. We don't have a real fee for the show. We have a fee, but it's not monetary, and that is just share the show. So today we're going to be doing one of our Q&A episodes. We have some questions that y'all have sent in, so thank y'all for participating. Nonetheless, let's dive into some of these questions that y'all have sent us.
Let's go.
Okay, so one of our first ones was, I kind of would like to hear how people see each other on social media when they post every waking moment of their lives. You know these people. These are the people who wake up and they're like, I just opened my eyes.
Let's complain.
Yeah, so there are those people. They kind of give you all the tea about their life online, which I get. Social media is kind of fake. I'm guilty. I only post the highs. Y'all don't see my lows by no means. But what are your thoughts on this, Maggie? What do you think about the people who tell us when they poop?
I think it's a little entertaining, to be honest. I enjoy it. But when I mean enjoy it, it's the ones that are like the drama, like, oh, my husband just cheated on me and puts all the tea in the screenshots. We wanted the receipts, so we seen the receipts.
And then you're 5 pages deep on baby daddy's aunts, uncles, cousins page,
yeah.
And you know all the family, and you know exactly what's happening.
And then you're like, where did this all start from? It's 2:00 in the morning. What the heck?
Yeah, you drink a Red Bull already. Yeah. You've gone through a water, like the whole shebang, and you're still diving deep into why this girl cheated on her fiance and how Billy Bob from down the road, his goats got out, and that really caused everything because they had to go look for the goats together, and then they were in the back of the Mondex, and yeah. So personally, I think it's kind of entertaining. I think it's a little messy. But everybody loves a good level of petty. So I know we enjoy it. I don't enjoy so much the, hey, I'm awake, or the...
Oh, no, that's me.
I do it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do it too. And then I go back and I read through. I, like, scroll through my feed and I'm like, ugh.
If it's the, like, random 3:00 in the morning, like, completely wide awake, I want to post to see if something randomly is, like, going on, like... What is the word? Like, conspiracy theorist. Like, is there something crazy going on and other people are awake for some weird phenomenon?
Maggie has her, like, tinfoil hat on out looking at the moon. Like,
yeah.
An alien just flew across there. It's Maggie. It's Maggie.
But yeah, I just like the tea ones. The ones that everybody are posting about those, but like just randomly like, hey, like I just ate this and I just ate this, or I just took a shit 2 seconds ago. Those aren't fun. I like the fun ones.
If you're going to talk about posting and, you know, taking a poop, post a picture of it. Give us something to look at.
Oh my God.
So our next question was emailed into us, and it reads, I've been in a relationship for over a year now with an amazing man, literally the greatest person ever in my life, and quite literally the most healthy relationship I've ever had. However, there is one terrible situation in the mix. Dun, dun, dun. The absolute batshit crazy baby mama. I guess you can say narcissistic behavior, or maybe even a personality disorder on her part. Ooh. I feel that there is absolutely no texting, no phone calls, and no in-person communication. There's still so much baby mama drama on the daily. The daily drama is from social media, of course. Not that we're friends on anything, but the comments of weight, looks, relationship, and more are shared often. The worst part to me is that this baby mama, if you can even call her that, doesn't even see their child. Do you think this is going to come to an end? Maybe it won't, but can you give me some self-care routines to have when situations become quite overwhelming and annoying to deal with? Okay, so first of all, my opinion, it sounds like you are regularly in the child's life. Okay. It sounds like you were in baby daddy's life. Sounds like it is a bitter baby mama.
Yeah.
Those happen, unfortunately. In my opinion, if you don't even see your kid, you really have no room to say anything. They're still going to say things, but at the same time, like, you can't let what they're saying affect you. Like, you literally don't even see your kid.
Yeah. Which I feel like in general, like if someone is like spotlighting your life for whatever reason, like literally,
Obsessive.
yeah, no one should have any opinions on your life except for you and the people that are like actually involved. And if she's not involved, then
It would be one thing if she was like a baby mama and then she was like overseeing you with her kids and she's like, oh, I don't like how she does that.
yeah,
Or, oh, I don't like that you're kind of overstepping my boundaries. But if you are not actively in the kid's life, you really, like, anything you say cannot hurt my feelings. Like, I would seriously be like, listen, buddy, what's your kid's favorite color? Conversation ended. Like, you don't even know. You don't
Yeah.
know. So you have nothing you
Yeah.
say can hurt me. And I think ultimately what you should probably do, or what I would do if I was you, is I would just like do things to better leverage your confidence within yourself, because ultimately that's all it is.
Yep.
Do things that make you feel better. Who cares what the fuck anybody else has to say about it? If it makes you feel good, do it. And if baby mama, bitter mama, whoever wants to say anything, just ask her what her kid's favorite color is.
and then hopefully it's crickets.
Yeah, she'd be like, well, that doesn't even matter. Well, yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, which I think this is like a good topic too, like aside from the baby mama drama, because I know a lot of people deal with that too, but also just worrying about what people think in general, especially with social media.
Yeah.
I think they both play like a good like
Yeah, because again, like, I can't
Yeah.
stress this enough. Social media shows only the highs. So if you're seeing the highs in somebody's life, just know that on the reflection of that, what you're not seeing is all their lows and all
Yeah.
the struggles and all
how they got there, whatever. Yeah.
all the things they have going on internally. So just realize that. And then a lot of times you need to realize too that people are sharing stuff. So when people share those little motivational quotes and you're like, oh, this person's so great. Well, that person is usually sharing that quote because it's touching to them, because they're
Yeah.
going through something and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is relatable. But no one's going to know that's why I'm sharing it. People are
Exactly.
going to think I'm sharing this because I'm a lovely human. No, you're actually an oppressed human and you need to work on yourself.
Yeah. No, inspirational quotes for the win to try to make yourself feel a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like self.
Yeah,
you know,
I
makes you
definitely
feel fuzzy.
feel like for the advice on like what to do, trying to like focus your life on like positive things. I know it's really hard because
Yeah.
I don't know, you see so much stuff again on social media, but just trying to stay positive. I have found that this sounds really corny. Journaling. Again, I know it sounds corny, but at one point in my life, it's really sad. Like I tried this a couple years ago when I was going through like the worst, to journal like what were like my highlights of my life. And at that point in my life, I literally could not put anything down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that's real. And we have
yeah.
a lot of people who live their next step of their life saying, "Oh, you know, well, I did in high school, I did XYZ and that was so great." Well, why are you still living on the high from high school? Like, we're fucking old.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you need to find new things to be happy about in your life, because if you're still trying to mooch off of your experience in high school, like, you're running out of stamina to keep that alive. Like, you are
Exactly.
not in high school, middle school, elementary school. You're not that pro athlete you thought you were going to be.
I'm not even the same
sorry.
person, like even the slightest bit as I was
A year
just
ago.
awkward. That's it.
This conversation kind of goes really good into our next question, so
Yeah.
we'll hop into that in just a second. But ultimately, I think what you should do is work on your self-care routine. I don't know what that entails, because it's gonna be different from everybody. For me,
Exactly.
like, I need to go ride with the windows down when I get in my head, and I turn the music all the way up, and I put on some sexy red and
Oh my
get
God.
sexy. Like, it's just me in the moment. But for each person, that's going to look a little different. So do what's best for you.
Yeah.
But baby mama can't say nothing because she don't even know her baby's favorite color. So next, what was the pivotal moment or age in your life where you suddenly felt mature? This is how it plays into it. They say females' frontal lobe isn't fully developed until the age of 25. So it's interesting to hear people's thoughts on how they felt reaching a mature age, if at all. Do you think you are still middle school, Maggie?
Oh no. I think a lot of different factors play into that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like situational and kind of like I don't know. I think it's going to be different for everybody, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you haven't went through anything like
Hard,
traumatic, or just like you've had to actually be on your own, then I don't feel like you're going to be mature.
And I think mature can be played into like there's a lot of different
Levels of maturity.
Or types of mature. Like somebody may be very mature and like handling their business, but then on the flip side of that, like they're very immature when it comes to knowing life scenarios and how those differ from one person to the next. So there's a lot of different ways that you can be mature. Personally, I think I just feel it over the last like 2 years I've changed. In high school and middle school, I was not the nicest person. I was actually kind of a bitch. But anyways, I don't feel like I'm like that anymore. Like genuinely now, like I love to see people thrive and help people thrive. As you could probably tell from a few of those last questions, I'm not the best with mental health. Like I'm not. Like I'm very tough love. Where Maggie, for instance, is very coddling, which is good for other people. But for me personally, like I need people who are like, okay, bitch, get up. It's time to go do the thing now. Whereas,
yeah, but I do think too that like whatever you've went through growing up or just in general obviously was different than mine.
Yeah.
So the way you like handled whatever you've went through is gonna be like how you're gonna handle things.
Right, and I think that's true completely because different people need different things to.
Yeah, that's how you coped. You didn't get coddling, which I didn't get coddled either. But it's definitely how we grew up was different for sure. So I think that's gonna play a different role for everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like people our age for the most part, especially around here. I feel like most people are on the same level of maturity. Like they are to the point where they're trying to thrive within their own lives, and if they're able to help someone else out, they do. I feel like that's a unspoken standard right now, which is refreshing. And so I think that's why a lot of people say that their 30s are their best years because a lot of the bitter drama falls out, I guess, unless you're a bitter baby mama.
Yeah, I feel like you're either like in your later 20s, hopefully like starting your career that you've like, not even if you wanted, but you're like starting to find yourself in general, whether that be like with a family, without a family, or you're on the opposite side of that and you're like still like worrying about high school shit or who you were, and then you're still trying to like party. Not that partying's bad, but like you're not growing up and having like those grown people. Like
you can't do coke off the back of the toilet and expect to be thriving. I'm sorry, they don't go hand in hand, baby.
So yeah, I think there's two differences. Like you're either like trying to grow up, glow up, and like start things for yourself, or you're like living in the past.
Holding on to that high school life. Or I say high school, I was not that bad in high school. Okay, maybe I was, but you know, nothing crazy. I was your normal high school kid.
Yeah.
But no, we love these questions. We love answering these questions. We hope to get plenty more that we can dive into. Again, if you have any questions or thoughts or even just comments, give us stuff to laugh at. Feel free to send us an email at buttdialedpodcast@gmail.com. We will definitely take a look at them, and every time we do a Q&A, we're going to pick 3 to answer. So make sure yours is in there. And then last thing, oh God, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
I
stole it from you.
I love it. Talk to y'all next time.
Bye. Okay.
Good.
I just knocked myself in the face. Please put that on there.